Let's do this together. Welcome. We're going to go down like this. We're going to go over 1. We're going to go over 2. We're going to go over 3. The reason I go over 3 is because this angle tells me that we are in the world of 1.5. So I must go down 1.5. And I go down 1.5. But I can't do that because I fall in the middle of the square. So what I actually do, okay, is I have to come down 2 lines because each line divides the house on one side and the other side, on one side and the other side, this angle. So what I do is I go 1 down, 1, 2, 3, and then I go 1 down and I don't do anything. Okay, 1 down, 3 over, 1 down, 3 over because they're separate. This one and this one, okay, create 3 in between. 2 makes 3, the angle they're on. I do it on this side also. Now you're probably asking me, what am I doing? I'm not doing very much. I'm joining them. I'm joining them so we can see how the artists join them. On one level, okay, on one level, you have the H. On the other level, you have the A. So in the upper open world, in these areas over here, C and C, we have the open area. In here, where man lives, is the closed area. Okay, so this, okay, this is not supposed to be that way. It should shut like this, you're saying. No, that's not true, because the actual design to this is not even finished. The actual design to this, it still has to be this. It is the outline of the outline, because it's not the outline, sorry, it's not the outline that I'm designing. It's just that this was the inline. This was the inline. This was the outline. This is the thickness of the inline. AH. There is no I. The only time the I comes about, okay, is if you reverse the roll. So you reverse the roll and you do it again on this side, and then you do it again on this side, and then you do it again on this side here, and then you do it again on this side here. Upside down, upside down, upside down. See, there's another way to do it here, and then you can meet them here. So this one now is this outline. Now I'm not sure which how I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to do the this one, this one, this one, this one. Let's do it in red. This one. Now this is not me. This has nothing to do with me. These are the letters and lines and the angles in the alphabet. Okay? See, now the one over here will create the I through this H right over here. See this part over here that created your H on this side? All I have to do is do it on this side, right? In between here is your I, your passing river, your big I and your small I. But we need to create the void. This is nothing. But what happens if I take this and then it's over here? So this, which was nothing before, is now all of this, but none of this. This is a Mayan. The Mayan have an image that shows 2 eyes in a world. I'm reading into that right now. So we saw what happens to this, right? Now we're going to go into something else. We're going to try and understand the boats. On this angle, it is the bow and the stern of the boat. So you have to know that this angle and this angle, which creates this, is the bow and the stern of one person. Okay? This will create the 7th gate. At the same time, we will have one on the opposite, creating another 7th gate. Let's call them the sails of the boat. But in order to create this, we need two boats. We need a boat here, and we need a boat here. 1, 2, and we need a boat here. Okay? And here's your three boats, and here's your A, and here's your A. Okay, here's your A, here's your A, here's your A, here's your A. So this is what the design looks like. Now I have it small. It looks like 3 dancing ladies. 1, 2, 3. It's not hard what I do. It's all about the angles. It's all about understanding what it means to come to a point. When I draw something or I put one point, when you see this point, okay, when you see this point, if I do this and you see this point, this and this point, there's a circle around it, and this is connected to the circle. That's the way the point looks. This point is 5, 5, 5, 5. 5 and 5, 5 and 5. It turns around, okay? This is the short arm. This is the long arm. The value of the short arm, the top part or the bottom part of the beak of the circle of the area it takes up. The circle it takes up in itself will be 360 degrees towards the center. The marbles will fall into the center. We do not need any arms. All the marbles into the center. How many marbles do we actually need? Okay, we need 9 marbles because the 10th marble is a number. And that's what gives you the division of everything. So now we're going to go into 5, 5. Now what's the value of the short arm? And what's the value of the long arm? Since the area space is twice as much without leaving the center, 5 by 5 would be 25. Now we're not going to do it that way. We're just going to do it a simple way. Okay? The simple way of figuring this out is it's 2 times. Okay? 780, 390, 160, and 110 stories of the Twin Towers. 0, 7, 8, 9, 24, 2, 12, 13, 1,440 minutes in a day. So I'm assuming the small one counts for 16, 2 times, yes, the small arm is 2 times the big arm. The small arm is 2 times the big arm. Whatever value you have to give it, you have to give it 8. How much do I have to give it? I have to give it 16, and the other one I have to give 8. One of the arms is 16, one of the arms is 8. That will be your 24, but that wouldn't be fair because the extension from the dot of the eye out to the beginning of where the arm is, which is absolutely right away, but the first part of the arm is in the space area that is owned by 5. So we're not going to go with any value right now. We're going to turn back the pages and understand that if A and B is everything, and A and B gets into 3, we have to understand 21. 7 times 3 is 21. 12, 21, A and B, created by 7 and 3. Do you know what this is? This and this creates this, okay? But we're missing something because we need to recreate this. We need to have at least 3 men. Okay, we're just going to finish it off like this. We have to have this area here, because now we're on the same level. We have to go to this area here. So the only way to do that, but now this area is the second one on this side, but it's not over here. So then we would have to say we want to go over here, and we want to go over here. So now this is how it works. Here is the stand for your diamond stand. Here is a stand for your diamond stand, right? But no, it's the letter I upside down. It's the letter I upside down in between each other. There's a mathematical equation done for this on the roulette wheel. Okay? 7 and 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Creates GMAC. How about giving me AC, air conditioning, a game? The cat's ears. the seventh gate. Do you see the seventh gate under here? The bow and the stern of the boat create the seventh gate with 11 in between. How 11? Because the line is 1 and 1 is 2, and 1 and 1 is 2 is 4 lines for the 7 lines. So we have 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. It seems like every time you do this, it's always 10, 10, 10, 10. So it's a 10 God, which means that he has the number. He is 5 of everything. Being 5 of everything in a 9-house game, you can only be 4. We're always left with 1. Is that a good thing? We have together 3 and 6 comes together. 7 and 4 goes together. Now, what is this? This is the equation of what happens to certain numbers, because how can I explain this? 1, 3, 5. Okay, 3 and 5 both have a dot in it. But in the 5, there's 2 sets of 2s. Okay, in the 3, there's only 1 set of 2. 7 and 4 is 11. 7 and 3 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. So what I did is I split the 10s up. And I put 7 and 3 split up. 6 and 4 split up. I put 7 with 4 equaling to 11. 6 with 3 equaling to 9. 2 pillars. 1 here. 1 here. Okay. When I switch it to low shoe, it becomes 4 and 3, 7. And 7 and 6. But this is on the right, 7 and 6. And the only gateway is the moon. The 3 is now on the left. Man's freedom is on the left, and there's a wall. He's standing with Mars, and he's standing with Earth 7 against 13. 1 and 3. AC. That's where I get GMAC by splitting up the regular numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and putting them into low shoe numbers where everything is working like this now. So all the numbers shift a spot, but all the corners are still the corners. But now instead of squares, you got diamonds. 7 times 13 is 91. 4 by 91 is 364. 13 moons times 28 days is 364, and I'll take you through the days. If God gets the wings, because the wings of the Aleph are 37, if time is 72 times 5 God, right? And Jesus is 74, the 4 corners of the 7th gate. And 7 of 6 are the 6 white lines are stitchings together of the white between all the red. 7 and 6 is 13. 7 and 6 is 13. 77 is the Christ for the 2 worlds. Okay? For the 2 worlds. 5 and 2, 4 and 3 that come together to make 77. But there's more than that. This is also a 7. Because on a dice cube, okay, the 1 is here and the 6 is here. Okay? But if I take the book and I turn it around like this, okay, I have actually, that's all. Let me get a new page. Okay, now, 1 and 6, okay, 1 and 6 is the same thing as 4 and 9. 7 and 6, 7 and 6 is the same thing as 1 and 6. So the numbers you actually see, and what you see is not the reality, and it's not the reality because it's not me, it's all here. It's here, and it's on the floor over there in that little game you see. Those are the numbers and coordinates for roulette and the crack game. We haven't come to cut the deck and cards yet because Blackjack 102 is a little bit in between everything. We're not going to talk about it. So now we have 75 as electric company. 76 are the stars and the stripes of the 50 stars of the communication of the network of the stars. Okay? 74 is the Jesus, where they put a crown on you and they put the 4 corners. Now you're the 4 corners, and they're the one spirit that comes in, the 4 in 1. I kept saying we're 4 in 1, we're 4 in 1, we're 4 in 1. We can't be 4 in 1. We have to be 1 in 3. Hop, skip, and jump. We're the French world. 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. Now, for me, we have to be this one. It's a 1 and a 2 with it. It's not this one. Now, what I'm going to try and show you is the reason we're not 4 and 1 is because you need the 1 to run the 4. So the 1 is in order of all 4. There is no 5, but the separation is that the 1 is on the other side of the dot, and it's the dot that is the 5. It is the dot that is the 5. So you're stuck in between. Now, I don't like the way I said this, okay? God is 1 and 2, 3, okay? I don't even know how to do it. In low shu, 1 and 2 become 4 and 9. Become the 13 world. 4 and 2 become 4 and 9 becomes a 13 world. 4 and 2. 4 is playing in the 1 position. The 1 position is now reversed from 9 in low shu. Let's do this again. Somehow I'm not seeing it myself. We were doing 1 and 4. So in the 1 position was 4. In the 2 position is 9. 1 position is 4, 2 position is 9. 4, 9, 13. The reverse of 4, 9, 13. The reverse of 4, 9, 13. 9, 4, 13 equals 2, 1, and 6. When we turn it around, and if I show you the tic-tac-toe, you'll see 1 and 6. And if I turn it around the other way, you'll now see it. I don't like, somehow there's something wrong with my screen. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Anyways, you can understand where I'm coming with this. And this will recalculate that the 1 out of every 10 days or 2 days out of every 20 days is made up through 18 days. There's not 1,440 minutes in a day anymore. There's less than that. And this is one of the reasons, okay? 110, I believe, 110 minutes a day goes to the clock. 160 minutes a day goes towards the 10th day. 390 goes to sleep, and 780 you're awake. I can explain every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 24 plus this equals 1464. 4, 6, 4, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5. Jesus Christ, 1, 5, 5, 1, 11, 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 56. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 56. See, the upper hand to the Lord is 3 and 3 and what other number goes here? Just 1 and 2 creates 3 and 7. The 7 is only created, that would be the Budweiser. Let's not go into that, sorry. This, at the other hand, just to tell you, this is one part of your Budweiser bow tie. But do you see the way it stretches out? See the way it stretches out? I did this like this because it's 1, 2, from one block to the next. If I can make the wager, I can put the chip, I can make the bet, I can do it, okay? Let's go back, one more thing. We know the scissors, right? We leave one pond to go to the other pond. We come out of any one of the ponds and we end up on here. We end up in the scissors of life. So it doesn't matter which pond you live in. You're either living in the mind, the arm, and the head inside the scissors, the fingers and the thumb, your life. Okay, let me just go through this. I'm really behind in a lot of stuff. No, this is the end of this video. We're not adding any more on. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I take my fingers, I plug them in. I plug my fingers in and I turn. Thank you for watching.